Thank you, Minister, and I want to thank Deputy O'Reilly for introducing this really important piece of legislation tonight and its contribution to the debate that we're having on and on again about domestic violence and how we're going to try to approach it and stop it. It's obvious and clear that victims need to be given the time to assess their situation and to determine a plan for themselves in the best interests of their own best interests and the best interests of their children. They may need to move house, they may need to move schools, they may, if they're going to stay where they are, need to develop a safety plan. They may need to take steps to increase supports around them because, of course, not every partner leaves. Some people choose to stay and we have to respect that as well, but we need to provide the supports for them. But we are beginning to see some cultural change in relation to this, as well as some change in our courts and legal proceedings in terms of convictions and assessments. We've now had 2 convictions for coercive control, one in Donegal and one in Dublin, and a 5-year barring order for coercive control in Clare. Within my own constituency of Dunleary, I've had one of my constituents ask me to put on the record that she has received a no access recommendation from a Section 47 assessor in a family law case where the issues of control were at the core of the case. Something I honestly wondered would I ever see when I made my maiden speech in the Dáil, and it is just an extraordinary change, and it's just to give confidence to other people who are looking for that type of recommendation in a very controlling situation. But I'm not the only person surprised. You know, Katrina Gleeson from Safe Ireland expressed her surprise at a recent Law Society family law conference that she wondered would she ever see a conviction for coercive control in her lifetime, and now we've had 2. The next thing that we really need to watch, especially over the Christmas period, is the use by perpetrators of welfare checks to continue to exert control. That occurs in a situation where the victim has left the partner, but the partner continues to use the offices of our Gardaí to check on the welfare of the child, causing enormous distress and disruption to the family. And, you know, this can often happen in the Christmas period and indeed on Christmas Day, so we need to watch that carefully. But, you know, we keep focusing on the response of the state, and correctly, bringing in this legislation, multi-annual funding, what I'm talking about, family law. We keep talking about the response of the state, which we need to do. But at the end of the day, this is about perpetrators at home beating the bejesus out of their partners, whether physically or emotionally. And we just have to call it out, and it just simply has to stop. But the state can only do so much. We have to get this across on a cultural basis that you cannot exert yourself in a controlling or physical way on any other person. And I keep saying the only way to address this on an intergenerational basis is relationship and sexual education. I dropped my son to school, and I don't want to be like other parents looking around and wondering who in the next generation are going to be the abused and who are going to be the abusers.